Welcome to this presentation where I would like to show you Danthem product HCC2, which is designed for apartments and smaller homes. Actually up till 180 square meters it can be used, and maximum nominal flow is around 200 cubic meters per hour. As you can see here in my demo today, I have an under ceiling mounted solution of the HCC2, and I have the same product hanging here just on the wall. So it's exactly the same product hanging both places. Now I would like to go through what is unique about this product. And there's a number of nice unique features. For example, it's today #1 on Passive House list. Why is it that? Because it has a heat recovery of 93%, which is fantastic, and Danthem is very proud about that. It's an all-in-one solution, which means that the same product can be mounted under the ceiling and on the wall. And more to that, it can also be mirrored left and right, so that we can simply reverse the airflow. For example, for a lot of apartments, if you have multi-family houses, you will typically use the one half in the left version and another half in the right version. That means you can use it both for new build and renovation. And if it's hanging on the wall and you would like to make the supply sometimes in the one side and sometimes in the other side, you can make it upside down and whoop, yes, you have a left and right also on the wall. To that comes also that the unit is a small and slimline product. As you can see, it's only 30 centimeter building in height, which means that they can fit in under a lot of false ceilings. And then after the installation, you can see nothing but a nice smooth surface of your ceiling. And also the handling of it is quite easy because it's only weighs 34 kilos. So it's more or less a one-person job to install it. And at least when you are on the wall, since you can first mount the hook, you can easily bring it up there and you're up to go. This product has, as I said before, a perfect match for smaller houses and apartments until around this between 40 and 150 square meters. And how can it be such a big variation? It's because different countries have different legislations. In some countries you need to exchange the air once per hour. In other countries it only half exchange per hour. So it can fit this big different flat areas. It has a built-in mechanical bypass which is sitting here, and it doesn't matter if it's left or right hand installed, it has already that bypass. Because it doesn't mind so much is it the exhaust tube bypass or is it the supply, it gives the same, meaning no heat recovery, which is what you want when you talk about bypass. And another unique feature is that once it's installed, it's very nice that you can service everything from the front or from the bottom here, you could say. It's starting with the end user that can open the lid here and take the filter out simply by doing this. Look at the filter, throw them out, bringing new filters, and then put in the brick again, and it's ready to go. That's it, what the end user needs to do. And also for the installers, when they need to calibrate it, everything can be done from the front. If you need to service a part, clean a heat exchanger, whatever, you can simply do all from the front. And there's nothing you access from the side, unless at the very start where you need to name the product. Is it in left or right version? This is where you need to get that access from the side. But this is something you know when you install it. And finally, the product has an integrated controller from where you can control the product in different ways. So actually as a standard, there's no control man-machine interface that is following the product. It depends what you like. So that was all about what's in the package when you get it from Danthem, the standard features of the package. The only thing I need to say finally is that hanging details, the hanging hood is following the product, and so is a condensate hose of 1 meter, which is also following the product. Thank you for listening, and I hope you can enjoy with the new Danthem HCC2 product. Welcome to the presentation of HCC2 accessories. I will now explain you first of all the control options that we have, and after that some demand control sensors, some preheater solutions, some condensate kit, and an installation kit that we have. So starting from all our controls, we have a wired control, which is, as the name says, wired to the unit. Wire you put inside here, and you can take out in the one end or the other. And then you place this on a wall box in your home. And now the end user can control it from these 4 press buttons. Next we have a wireless remote control, which is communicating with the unit over an antenna here and an antenna in the unit. And it can communicate over 15 to 20 meters, depending how is the building made. But through free field, it can at least cover 20 meters. Here you have all the options also available from the wire control, but here you can see a lot more because you can see temperatures, you can see actual humidity, and so on. Then we have the Dantham PC tool, which has also a user level, where actually the user could select just to use the Dantham PC tool and then connect it with a wire all the time or from time to time when you would like to see the unit or change some parameters. And yes, this you can also buy from Dantham. Then the controller here has an override functionality because there are 2 digital inputs from where you can speed control the unit, and you can also put some under pressure control system to the system or fire alarm, or you can shut it down. That plug here you plug into the controller here, and then you put the wires into the equipment you would like to connect, for example a kitchen hood control, so that when your wife is starting the kitchen hood, you will start to go speed 4, for example, to ventilate maximum. Next is that we have also a BMS interface in the unit, which is actually more or less the same parameters as what we have in the PC tool, meaning that if you have a multi-family block, you could survey, for example, 50 apartments from one central spot in that block, and then you could see possible alarms. You could you could decide how to run the units. For example, would like to go manually, or we would like to go from demand control. And you could also see when there's a need for field exchange, and you can then start to plan that in the whole block. And also, for example, if there is a smoke alarm from outside, from the outside, the central person could shut down all the ventilation units at one spot. Okay, then we have some sensors for demand control. We have a VOC sensor, which can be mounted here into the extract duct from the home and then directly connected to the controller. And then the unit will speed control after the air pollution in the home. You could also, instead or in parallel, use a humidity sensor actually placed on the same spot in the extract duct in the unit, which will measure what is the humidity in the extract air from the home. And the humidity will rise when there's a lot of people in the home because they have humidity coming out from the breathing, and also when they make a shower, they will produce some condensate for the home. And then it will speed up and down depending what's the activity level of the home. Next we have is a preheater kit. If you like to have a unit like this installed in climate zones where it can be less than 6 degrees for longer periods every year, it's a very good idea to have a preheater. Because if you don't have a preheater, the unit needs to use a defrost functionality to protect the heat exchanger from freezing up. And that defrost functionality is a little bit to do with unbalanced ventilation. Whereas if you have the preheater, there's no need to use unbalanced ventilation, because then the preheater will heat up the fresh air coming into the unit, and it will be safe, balanced ventilation all year long, at least until around minus 24 degrees. That will do like that. On top of that, we have a small insulation kit so that you can insulate the preheater box here before you even install it, so that you don't have any risk of cold bridges or condensate here in your ductwork just in front of the unit. If you have a challenge by making the condensate correct, because actually we prescribe that you need to have a slope of at least 2%, meaning 2 centimeters lower for every meter. And we don't advise to have more than 3 to 5 meters distance to your sewage. And if you have that, we recommend to have a condensate pump. Because with a condensate pump, we can even lift the condensate water above that level if you need to go up. And we can at least go 10 meters in a horizontal direction. This condensate kit here is prepared, as you can see, with a piece of metal bracket and the control for small tank with a swimmer that will show the controller, please run. And then there is the exhaust connection here where we put the exhaust hose, and that goes then to the switch. And when you're connected, you can, I can show it here, you have the black, here you can see, which fits directly onto the condensate exit. And then these two screw holes here is fixed to the unit. And you can then put the control cable and the power cable, which also comes with a kit. So it gets the power and the control signal directly connected to the unit. So that means if something fails here, the controller will know it's bad, so the water will rise, and then we stop before we make condensate coming out through the ceiling of the home. And the last thing we have is a calibration kit, which is two hoses, two pressure nozzles, and two vacuum hooks, so that you can hang the hoses and keep them in place while you calibrate the unit. So that was all the accessories for the Dantham HCC2 product. Thank you for listening.